Hello YouTube, welcome to video number 2 from me, Karin. Karzy sells it on eBay. In this video I'm going to talk a bit more about me, answer some questions from my previous video. I'm going to show you some pickups and charity shop pickups. I'm going to show you some sales and I'm going to talk about my week ahead. So first things first, I would like to say thank you very much to everybody that watched my YouTube video, my video number 1, who put some lovely comments, and I've had lots of positive feedback, so thank you very much. Wasn't expecting it. I know it was a bit rough around the edges. Hopefully this one's going to be a bit better. I'm now recording this through OBS. I've had a little bit of a crash course on it, so hopefully this one's a bit better. So a bit about me, a bit more about me. My hobbies. I really enjoy reading crime thrillers. I really enjoy cooking. I love baking, but obviously not so much at the minute because I'm doing Slimming World, so the two don't go together. I do love cooking savoury as well. And I also love sewing, although I really have not had any time currently to do it. Basically, this reselling malarkey has took over a lot of my time. So I'm doing my covers that I sell and I'm not doing any sewing for me, so I'm hoping that will change once my operation gets a bit more streamlined and I get into listing. I really want to list as I buy, because I've had a load of stuff, my own stuff, and I've been buying stuff and it's just been stacking up and stacking up. So I've just spent the last few days photographing, well, prepping everything, ironing it, photographing it, then listing. I do it in a notepad. I just write brief description and sometimes I look it up. Usually I look up solds and completes when I'm actually listing. Sometimes I look it up to give myself an idea. I'm really hoping that the dog doesn't cry. My husband's just left for work. Sometimes he just lays down and has a grump. But I just heard a little cry there, so I'm sorry if you hear the dog crying. He does this for about 5 minutes when my husband leaves and then he's fine. So I shall mention my dog. I have a cockapoo named Monty. Gorgeous. See if I can show you a picture of him. He is at my feet right now, but I cannot lift him up. He's getting really big. Really should have. Wait a minute. Sorry, apologies. Oh, don't cry, don't cry. No, this is going to look rubbish on the video. Really sorry. Trying to find a picture of him. I've spent so long photographing, all I can see is photographs of clothes. Oh. Oh. He's a black dog, so he's really hard to photograph, so most of my pictures you cannot see much. Just like black ball of fluff. I'm trying to find one which doesn't involve me in. Well, my husband was. Oh, there's a nice one. Don't know how good it's going to show up on the. There he is, my boy. His name is Monty, as I said. Nick Hills, that's a coincidence. When we moved into this place, we got a garden for the first time. We started watching Gardener's World a lot, and so the name must have been in my head subconsciously. So when we had to pick a name, I said, what about Monty? So Monty Don presents Gardener's World. So yeah, he's a lovely dog. We've had him 5-6 months now. No, we got him in April, beginning of April. April, May, June, July. 6 and a bit months. Yeah. He was a rescue dog. He was 4 months old when we got him, and he'd never had a collar, he'd never been for a walk, he'd never been on a lead, he wasn't house trained, so we had to do all of that, which was quite hard with a 4-month-old, but we got there. And he's been fantastic. I really wish he didn't sleep in our bedroom, because he has like separation anxiety, so he has to sleep in our bedroom. Although he doesn't like jump on the bed, he doesn't lay on the bed or anything, but I would like him out of the bedroom. We'll try one day. Yeah, so he's excellent because I have type 1 diabetes, and a couple of times I've been asleep having a bad hypo and he's woken me up and I've realised I'm having a really bad hypo. One time he couldn't wake me up, so he woke my husband up. So he's a very, very clever dog. We didn't train him to do that. He just knows. He knows when I'm ill. He knows when either of us are ill. He keeps, and also like if you're not in the room with him, he every so often he just checks that you're there, and I just think that's so lovely. I mean, I've never been a dog person, and it was my sister-in-law's idea to get a dog for company for me, and I'm really glad she did, because I think the pros outweigh the cons, definitely. So yes, I have a lovely dog called Monty, and he doesn't molt. He walks in this room and he walks out, but he doesn't stay in this room or anything. So I've got on my listings, I've got pet and smoke free because there's no dog hair anywhere. He doesn't molt, so that's good. Yep. So that's a bit about me. Text message. Shouldn't have put my phone next to me, sorry. Husband telling me to wrap up when I go take him out for a walk. I will. It's very cold outside. It's gone really cold. Question that's come up in the comments. I don't do this full time. As I said in my previous video, I've got chronic inflammatory disease, so I have days where I can't do a lot. I mean, I do well if I get up and get dressed. So there's days where I don't do anything. I don't do anything selling related, reselling related. There's days where I will spend all day ironing, or I say all day, I probably don't work like you guys who are watching work. I will do like 2-hour bursts, and then I will feel tired and I will need to have a sit down and an hour's break. So it's like 2 hours, hour break, 3 hours, hour break. You know, depending on how I feel, I sit down a lot. I have to sit down a lot. But when I'm doing my reselling, I do prefer to stand up because I feel like I get more done. So when I'm photographing, writing my notebook, I don't sit down every time I write in my notebook. I just stand up and do it behind on my I can't get used to this thing. So behind here is my big cut. I've got a really long cutting table, which is it's a door. It was the old door to this room. My husband's cut it down for me. I've got it mounted on an IKEA shelf, and one of those, I can never remember the name of it. You know the IKEA shelves with the, Andrea's got one, and she's got the boxes that you put in, and her name has gone. Carla's got one as well. Yeah, that's the base of it, and then I've got a leg as well for support, and 2 big cutting mats on there. So I use that to photograph. It's really handy to photograph. So that's that. What was I saying? Completely lost my train of thought. Yeah, so I don't do this full time anyway. I do it. So I've got stuff. I mean, I've only just photographed the stuff I showed you from over 2 weeks ago that I bought. I've only just photographed that, so I'll list that while I'm away, which I'll talk about later. I'm going away tomorrow. Talked about Monty. Oh, my accent. I've had some nice comments about my accent, so thank you very much. I haven't really got one. I was born in Germany. My dad was in the army. I lived there till I was 6. My dad's an Eastender, so he's got... I wouldn't say it's a real... I mean, some people would say it's a real London twang, and other people would say it's not because he hasn't lived there since he was a teenager. Yeah, so... And then we moved back to Suffolk, where my mum's from, and I lived there till I was 23, till I met Darren and moved here to Newcastle. But I haven't got a Suffolk accent either. They really sound like, they say computer and music, and sound like farmers, and I don't really sound like a farmer. So I haven't really got, I've just got a generic southern accent, so that's the story behind my accent. Also, sorry for not putting the link in below. Basically what happened was, I wanted to be more organised with my video, but I kept talking about my video to other people and they kept saying do it, and I thought I need to just do it before I chicken out again, because I kept chickening out and I really wanted to do it because I really wanted to do something out of my comfort zone, which, believe me, this really is. But I really wanted to do it because I feel like if you don't do things that scare you, you just stand still. So I just thought, I need to do it. So I just put it on, and I didn't put any links. Also, Lonnie said I should have shown my covers that I make. They're not really... I haven't got any made up. I mean, I've got a load made up in a box, but they're just squares of fabric that fit over the box of the console. And I did share in the tap chat, if you can look back, probably I would say when it first started, so it'll be towards the bottom of the feed on the tap chat Facebook page. Nick said to me I could put the pictures on of my covers, so they're on there, Lonnie, if you're watching this. If you want to have a look at them, they're on there. Yeah. I've still been making my custom covers. Thanks very much, Peter Ray, who's I talk to him a lot in the tap chat. He's bought a few off me, so thank you very much, Peter. I appreciate it. I made him day before yesterday. I made him a PS1 cover and a PS2 cover. So they're what I would call custom covers, because I don't sell those all the time. So thanks for that, Peter. I've said thank you for all my messages, haven't I? Right, so that's that for questions. Right, my next topic is going to be items to look out for. So I did mention in the previous video that red is the colour of the season, which I think it definitely is. I think I had a couple of red things sold straight away. I bought a red leather jacket, which I shall show you shortly, which I hope sells. It's a vintage Oasis one, so I'm hoping it sells. Yeah, so that's definitely to look out for. Animal print. Animal print is pretty timeless, but it's having a bit of a resurgence at the moment. There's a lot of stuff out there in the shops. So if you've got anything animal print, just dig it on, because it will probably sell. I've sold a few things. Next thing is checks. Principally Prince of Wales check, which I don't know what that looks like, but I've heard that a lot on fashion magazines that I've read and on TV. So, but checks in general are out there. I've noticed tartan as well, a lot of tartan, so that'd be worth putting on. Embellished shoes. So anything with embroidery on, or well, anything embellished, embroidery, studs, what have you, get them on. I mean, I've got a pair of red studded wedges on at the minute, which I bought off eBay, and I wish I'd paid less for them. I paid too much for them. I think I paid 14 quid for them, and I think I've got them on for 23, which is not much of a profit. So that was a mistake. That was when I first started. I didn't realise that if you put an offer in for something and they accept it, you've got to buy it. So lesson learned there. Yeah, so hopefully they will sell. I've got quite a few watches on that. Chunky, colourful cardigans. A few of the other resellers have mentioned this. I've got one chunky cardigan to put on, big blue one, but I have seen them a lot in the shops and, as I say, in magazines. Winter florals. So stuff from spring summer, if you can wear it in the winter, like in layers and things, keep your summer stuff on if it's floral, because it might sell, because winter florals are definitely in this season. Also our earth tones, so anything earth tones, so you've got your oranges, your browns, your reds, sort of darker greens, like dark earth tones anyway. So I've got a brown leather bag that I'm putting on. Got a few brown things, so I'm hoping they sell, because I know brown's not as popular as black. I've got a pair of vintage brown Dr. Martens on, and some of the pictures they look black and some of the pictures they look brown, and people keep sending me messages saying, are you sure they're brown and not black? And I'm like, no, they're brown. Also, someone sent me a message asking me to measure it in all different places, and then he's got back to me and said they're too big. They're size 12. They're just a standard size 12, so I don't really know why he wanted the size. Well, maybe he's got weird feet, I don't know. So they're on for 45 quid. They were husband's. He bought them before he moved to Suffolk, where I met him. They were sitting in his old wardrobe in his old room for I don't know how many years. He just happened to see them when he was around his dad's and brought them back saying I thought you could sell them. So yeah, they've only been worn once, so they are nice. Hopefully they shall sell soon. I'm going away, which I should talk about shortly at the end of the video. I'm going away for 8 days, so I've had to change all my dispatch times. It's quite easy to do on eBay, so I don't know if I'm going to sell much in the next few days. Yes, so I've talked about what to look out for. Right, let's talk about sales. Right, for the first time I'm on OBS. It got mentioned in the chat, thank you whoever mentioned it, for screen sharing. So I've done a little crash course this morning, and hopefully it's okay and you can see everything okay. The only thing is, and please in the comments if you know how to do this. I've seen Nick and Sahir do it and I don't know how to do it. They have multiple tabs open for eBay so they can show what they've sold. I cannot work out how to do that. I can't open eBay more than once. I can't open it in another tab and go to it. It won't let me. So if anyone could tell me how to do that. I mean, obviously there's screenshots, but then I can't show you other pictures in the actual listing. You can't do that when you've just took a screenshot. So if anyone could tell me how to do that, that would be great. So at the minute it's just going to be split screen like this. I need to just click on there. Right, hopefully you can see that all right. I'm hoping you don't see this red box. Hang on. There we go. But I want to click on there. Right, there we go. Yeah, so I did make this bigger, but for some reason it's not. If it'll let me if I do that. I don't want that in. I don't know if that's any better. Oh, I don't want me in there twice. Right, hopefully that's okay. You can see that. So this is a sale I made whilst I was shooting the first video. Mid-video, this was my sale. $10.99 Cathedral Analysis book. They are selling for $11.99, $12.99, but I thought as mine was, I mean it was new and sealed, but it's still like 10 years old. My dad gave it to me, so I thought I'll just put it on for $10.99. It's sold, so that was really good. Yeah, so there's that. I'll just, to save me showing you clicking between screens, which I'm sorry, it's going to take a little bit of time because I've got to prep you have to like scroll up. Right, that's done. Right, one of my other sales. Oh, by the way, this isn't all my sales, it's just some of them. I don't know if I said in the last video, get rid of that red box. I don't know if I said in the last video, but I have been listing all my office clothes, and I didn't realise how many I had until I started listing them. I crap loads. Some of them, quite a lot of them, new with tags. So I've been selling them steadily because I worked in offices for like 10 years before I had to give up work. So I had a lot of office clothes, nice stuff. Mostly just high street, all high street. Some higher end, some lower end. So yeah, so I've been selling them. I've also, my husband had a clear out of his Blu-rays. He collects steelbooks, and he wanted to have a clear out. So I've been selling Blu-rays as well, but I'm not going to show you them. Just the clothes that I've been getting. So this is a Major League Baseball hoodie, size 3XL. I bought it for my husband because it said XL on the tag, but it's American. It's an actual official Major League Baseball one. I bought it from a shop which I'm really gutted to shut down in my local shopping centre. It was called the Catalogue Shop, I think. Something like that. It was an ex-catalogue shop anyway. Yeah, it closed down a couple of years ago, I think. We used to get loads of stuff out of there. Really nice, like designer stuff and that. So that would have been really good. But hey ho, it shut down. They obviously didn't sell enough. But I think it's because a lot of the catalogues now they've got their own. I've noticed they've got their own clearance shops on eBay. So they're probably not. They probably won't be being able to get stock. So that's probably why they closed down. But never mind. Yeah, so I got that from there, and I think I paid, either me or my husband paid like £10 for this. I put it on for $19.99 and it didn't sell the first cycle, so I just reduced it to $17.99 and sold straight away. So I'm really pleased with that. yeah, I would say all my bigger stuff's selling well, because I was a size 22. I was a size 20 on the bottom, 22 on the top. I'm now a size 16 on the bottom, 18 on the top. So I'm selling a lot of my bigger stuff, and it's selling steadily, so that's good. Right, this I mentioned this when Nick and Zahir were doing a tap chat, and Zahir said don't worry about it, sometimes things just sell straight away. This is a necklace that was mine. I can't remember where I got it. I think someone gave it to me. Might have even been my mum, don't know. I only wore it a couple of times, like costume necklace, big beads. Nice necklace. The reason it's on like that white background is because I was practicing with a computer program where it takes off the background, but I didn't like it, so I'm going to go back to my green background, my cutting board. But it said you had to photograph on white, so a few of my pictures have got a white background. Excuse me. Yeah, so anyway, I put this on, $4.99, free postage. It sold within 2 or 3 hours, and I thought, oh, $4.99 was too cheap. But then I put that in the chat in the side chat when Nick and Zahir were having their chat, and Zahir said, Beck, that happened to Beck a few times, don't worry about it. Sometimes people just have that get notifications when they've something that they're looking for comes up, so that could have been the case. So I shall try not to worry. I think that was I'm happy with what I got. It was just sitting in my jewellery box doing nothing, so I'm happy with that. Right, I did write a list of what I was gonna show you. Necklace, sandals. Right, these were some Clark sandals. I really hope you don't keep seeing this stupid black dot, but red box, because that's going to annoy me. I'm going to have to change that somehow. Yeah, some Clark sandals that I had sitting in the wardrobe for a couple of years. They're really nice. They've got like a rose gold bar. That's a stock photo. I did take pictures of the actual sandals as they were. I've never worn them. Really nice sandals, wedge, cork. Didn't think they'd sell because of the time of year. I thought it was a bit late, but they have sold, so that's good. Me having that drink did not work at all. Apologies. I don't know why I was croaky. Oh, yeah, I've gone back to single screen. Right, these, I am really pleased with these, because I thought there's no way these are going to sell, because I bought them to go with a dress that I bought from Lindy Bop, which I'm probably going to sell because I'm not going to wear it now. I bought it last summer. I bought these in the Littlewood sale. I think I paid $11.99 for them, somewhere around there. These polka dot, they're far too high for me. I can't walk in them anyway. Yeah, but I was doing a search for sold and completes, and I found them. I found that Littlewoods have a Littlewood's clearance shop on eBay, and they were $11.99 on there, and I thought there's no way these are going to sell. I thought I'm just going to stick them on, see what happens. So I stuck them on for $23.99, and they sold. So the person who bought them, and they were very happy. I got positive feedback. Very happy with them. Maybe they didn't know that about them, or maybe, I don't know. Anyway, they've sold, so I'm pleased with that. Or the next item is some shoes that my mum gave me. That my mum and dad came to visit August bank holiday, and she gave me them. Sorry, this is really slow, isn't it? Can you see that okay? Hopefully you can. Yeah, she'd never worn them. Clarks. Comfortable, what I would call comfortable shoes. They're probably something I would have worn when I used to work in shops. Yeah, sold for $37.99. I think she paid £40 for them. But that was the going rate, so, and they've sold, so pleased with that. Thanks, Mum. I did give her well, we were going to go 50-50, but then I gave her a floral bomber jacket that I had that I was going to sell. She liked it, so I gave her that, and she said, I'll just keep whatever you get on the shoes. So right, my last item is nothing interesting, the last item I'm going to show you, but I wanted to show you it because this t-shirt, just an Adidas Essentials t-shirt, $9.99 I sold it for. I put it in one of my boxes. I'll get one, hang on. These are the large letter, hang on. These are the large letter boxes I purchased. I think I said to you I paid 28p. Right, when I send this, it's got something in it. I'm going to have to tape that down. Basically, my husband had an argument with a woman in the post office. She says the box has to drop through the slot. If it sticks at all, then you have to send it to small parcel. So he was going ahead, and then he ended up just saying, oh, just pay. So he ended up paying £2.90 on top of the £1 whatever it was that I paid for through eBay. Printing off, they had to stick another small parcel. So I would just say, for anyone who has bought these, make sure they are completely flat like that when you post them, because otherwise they'll reject them. That's happened a couple of times where they've said, oh, it does go through and I'll let it through this time, but this one was saying, oh, I'm going to get in trouble if I let it go through and all this lot. And apparently they get stuck in the automated system at the post office. Don't know if that's true. That's what she said to my husband. So I wish I hadn't bought them, but the thing is, you're saving a lot of money on postage. If you do it in a poly mailer, then they don't always go through because the item scrunches up, whereas that keeps it flat. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. I might have to just make sure it's a really thin, small item. If it's any of my larger stuff, I'm not going to be able to put it in there. I'll have to put it in a poly mailer. Yeah, so there we go for that. Right, so those are some of my sales. Sorry that took so long. Really rubbish. Right, next, cautionary tale. As I said, I'm learning. I did not know about reselling before. Thought I'd done really well. I was in town a couple of weeks ago, so I went to a few different charity shops that I don't normally go to. I went to Oxfam, which I know are overpriced, but I just bought some kids stuff out of there, which was okay price. I went to, I can't remember the name of one of them. It's just a small charity. I don't think I've still got the tag in the jacket. That's where I got the leather jacket. And I went to the Red Cross. Found this top. It's red, so I saw, they had stuff in colour-coded sections. So I looked at the red section, saw this, saw that it was new with tag, £25 on the tag. Thought, yes, getting that. Had a quick look at it. This is where I say, if you need glasses, wear your glasses and look the item over thoroughly, because as I was photographing it, I found, I don't know if it's going to show up. There, can you see that? Oh, there. I think you could see it up against my black, couldn't you? There's some holes in the bottom of the back. So that's gonna, I was gonna put that on for like $19.99. I'm not gonna be able to do that now. I don't know whether I should ring the Red Cross and tell them about it and see if they'll take it back, because I paid £3. It's only £3, which is better than, I reckon if I'd have gone to Sue Ryder, which is the shop I normally go to, Sue Ryder, it would have been £6. Yeah, so, but it's still £3, and I don't know what to do about that. Yeah, so that was that. Sue Ryder I got these. These are leather hush puppies. The sole's in good nick. Size 5. Really nice. £8.50 I paid. I'm going to go for £25 on those. Hopefully we'll get that. The red leather jacket. I promised I shall show you. I don't think no, I took them because I photographed it. Vintage. It stinks. Couldn't smell it when I was in there because the charity shop didn't smell too nice. It smells of nightclub smoke mixed with perfume. I am going to say that on the listing, but it is a really nice jacket, like sort of biker style. I don't know if you can see the... Do you know I'm rubbish at this? Zips, and I'll show you what the old Oasis. If anyone knows when, because I cannot place. I had a quick research trip. I'm thinking 90s, but I'm not 100% sure. So there's the old Oasis. It's size 14. It has got some. It's like sort of a silky lining, and there is some damage on the wrists of the silky lining. But as I say, I photographed that. So I paid £8 for that, and I'm hoping to get 25. Don't know. I'll have a look at sold and completes nearer the time. See what similar are going for, but I reckon about 25. So Oxfam. This was a nice pickup that I got from Oxfam. It is a Gap child's winter coat. It's lovely. It's really well made. Lots of pockets. I paid £2.99 for it. If anyone knows what, I find the sizing a bit baffling because it's not a child's. It just says Gap Kids, and then in the size it says XS TP. I'm assuming TP is for another country. XS, extra small. But I mean, I've took the measurements and everything, but I would like a sort of, if anybody knows, could they put in the comments what kind of age that is? That would be really helpful to me. Thank you. So that was £2.99. This was 99p. It is a size XL child's t-shirt. I thought it was lovely. It's really nice. I needed a wash, which I've done. See the prints on the back as well. And then I went and noticed, but I think it's off when it was actually printed. It's got a blue. Can you see that blue smudge? It won't come out because I thought it was pen, but then if it was like child's pen, it probably would have come out, and it hasn't. So I'll just put that on the listing. But the good thing about that t-shirt is it's only being sold in America. So if anybody wants it in the UK, they'll hopefully buy it off me. Next, just got some wellies. 99p, they're in really good nicks. And some girls' Hello Kitty wellies. They're quite cute as well, 99p. And this was £1.50. I wish the box, it's brand new though. Tatty Teddy, me to you. Happy birthday. Picture frame, £1.50. Yeah, so those are all my pickups. I haven't had many. And that is because I have plans. So tomorrow morning I am going back to Suffolk. It's my auntie's 80th birthday and she's having a party on Sunday. And I'm going there for a week, so my mum and dad, and then see my sisters, see my friends. Really excited. But also I'm really excited because the small town where I'm from, Felixstowe, has got lots of charity shops. Lots of small charity shops as well. And also every Saturday there's a car boot sale, which my dad always goes to, and Saturday morning. So my plan is I'm going to source while I'm there. I've also got a lot of friends and family. They might have stuff they want to get rid of. So I'm going to source while I'm there, and then I'm going to send it back because I'm going on the train. So I'm going to send it back here via courier so I can list it. So I'm really excited. And so is my mum and dad. My mum and dad are really excited about going sourcing with me, so that's really good. And also my mum and dad have got loads of stuff they want to sell before they decorate their house. So I'm going to help my dad, show him how to do the reselling thing. He's got an eBay account. I'm going to show him how to do it so he can. I said I'll help him and put as many listings as I can on before I go for him, and then he can just post them as they sell, hopefully. So yes, so I'm very excited about that. So I'm going to be in Suffolk for the next 8 days. So I can't wait. I absolutely can't wait. I'm going to miss the dog and Darren, obviously. Darren couldn't get the time off work. He was supposed to come with me, but he got the rest of the time off, but he couldn't get Monday off and the parties. Sunday, so, and he's got work at like 7 o'clock in the morning Monday, so he couldn't get the Monday off, so hey ho, I'm just gonna have to go by myself, but that's fine. So yeah, that's what I'm planning on doing while I'm there, and I might film a bit. I might do some pickup films. I'm going to see what the quality... I mean, I have got an iPhone 7, so a lot of people use that for filming, so I'm hoping that'll be okay. So I can film as I pick up. If I get some good stuff, I shall film it. So until then, good chat, everybody. I don't know why I've said that. That's because when people live stream, I'm not live streaming, this is recorded. So anyway, thanks everybody for watching, and I shall see you soon, hopefully. And if you're resellers, happy hunting.